Ooh-wee. Oh, yeah. Namaste, friends. Okay. So it's raining outside, and I'm covered, and it's open, and you can probably hear the rain coming down and hitting the roof of the Shivalaya. And I hope that's okay. I hope I'm able to communicate, and you're able to hear me, and it's not too annoying, basically. And so thanks for hanging with me through this experiment of streaming out here in the wilds, in the high altitude alpine environment. And today I just wanted to express this concept of Dharma, peace, and unity. I'm always reflecting back on the story that's in the Ramayana. The Ramayana is how that's pronounced. It's the story of Ram, Sita, and Hanuman. And it's essentially a story of a virtuous action, and that virtuous action leading to transformative power. Hanuman, as we know, is this deity of who represents love and devotion, and then that love and devotion is to Ram. And I feel like in what Hanuman is battling is Ravana, the demon king, but that's the ahamkar in yoga, the universal ego. And it's the ego that is deranged the field of life's events, and it's that love and devotion that allows for Sita to be returned to Ram. And what I would offer with that incredible idea, hold on, is that within Hanuman's, if you will, Hanuman's quest to return Sita to Ram, he's a warrior king, and he engaged in virtuous battle to right the Dharma, to right the wrongs. And so I would say that obviously what's happening is that story being played out right in front of our eyes. And it's the devotion of of all of us, the protesters, to reset the right action in the world. This has become a worldwide phenomenon. And last week I talked about the needle and the thorn. The needle, Babaji, my teacher, said it always takes a needle to take out a thorn. And that needle is the activism. It's so necessary because the ignorance, if you will, is so deep, so ingrained, and ultimately Ram just wanted us to function through virtuous action. And Ram, that was the thing. You read the Ramayana, and towards the end, when Ram came back, to his kingdom, the land flourished. Everyone was fed. Everyone was working. Everyone was contributing. Everyone was equal, if you will. And it's because Ram was a virtuous leader. And so when virtue spreads, there's an elevation. And so that's what we also have to hold on to in this time of resetting the samskara, the karma of the United States, the karma of the world, the karma of how we treat each other. So that's the magic. And so again, I got some upgrades for the technology. So streaming, I know that was a little rough last week. I think we're dialed in this week. The sound might be a little tricky, but so Dharma, peace, and unity. And one last thing that I wanted to read before we start, and I appreciate your endurance here. It's my, dissertation to start with. This is a book by my teacher, Baba Hari Das. The Path to Enlightenment is Not a Highway. And it's a book of amorphisms. Obviously, it's pretty well traveled in my thing. Just little amorphisms, just little things. And this morning, I literally just was like, send me a message. And this is what I opened it up to. We cannot have peace, happiness, and contentment until we offer our hearts to the divine and become one with it. Dharma, peace, unity. And so that's our endeavor. And I would say that it begins with every breath that we take, every chant, every asana, every human interaction that we have, every illumination that we can bring to every experience that we have as humans. So here we are, rainstorm at Shivalaya, doing cosmic sadhana. Calling for hope for our lives and hope for the world and our country and our communities and our families. Virtuous living, Dharma, peace, unity. The three pillars of illumination. So with the eyes closed, breathe into the belly. And let your body relax, the tissues of the body soften, your nervous system. Just release into the breath, release into the present moment. Allow for an intention to come in, some value that you hold dear to your life experience, and include in it the Dharma, the virtuous action, the peace and the unity. You were all the Ram, you were all the Hanuman, and you were also all the Ravana, the ego. You were all the Sita, an individual soul. Through Hanuman's quest and his confrontation with Ravana, the ego, there was the cleansing, the dharmic right action, the peace, and then the unification of Sita and Ram. Let's chant a couple of Oms together. I'll do a little invocation thing. Move our bodies. Exhale the breath. And then inhale here. And again, another big inhale. And one more, call it in here. Gananantva Ganapati Gung Havamahe Priyanantva Priyapati Gung Havamahe Nidinantva Nidipati Gung Havamahe Vaso Mama Aham Jani Garbhadamatmanajasi Garbhadam. And then the Om together. Om. We invoke you with offerings, Lord of the universe. We invoke you with offerings, Lord of love. We invoke you with offerings, guardian of the treasure. Come and sit within us, revealing the great spirits within us, yes. Revealing the realm of the great spirits within us. Om Pranasjamhe Apanasjame Vyanasjame Asushchame Chitam Chama Adhitam Chame Vakchame Manaschame Chakshushchame Shrotram Chame Dakshas-chame, Balam-chame, Yudnye-nikapantam. And then another Om here together. Om. Great Spirit, may my mind and intellect and all of my senses, my sense of touch and hearing and smell and otherwise, and all of my organs of perception and my organs of locomotion, may my entire being be able to perform the sacrifice of my Dharma. Please Great Spirit, give us the strength the humanity, the fortitude, the courage, the power, the humility. Okay, let's do this. So come to tabletop here. Ooh, yeah. And then just begin to circle the hips here. So clockwise movement. Oh, yeah. Connecting with breath, of course. So a little, inhaling as you pivot forward. And exhaling as you go back. And always like a sense of suppleness and presence, supports kind of dharmic qualities, the sattvic qualities, and then switch the direction here. Then it's like the Dharma, it's right action, how nature's organized in the human species, if you will. The sense is that we're always on some kind of a quest for an expanded and evolved conscious process. So neutral, draw the left hand under the face, inhale, take the right hand to the sky. Give the wrist a little bit of a spin here, breathe. And a nice big inhale and exhale, floating this right hand through on the inside of the left shoulder and ear to the mat. Hips drift to the right to seal the twist. Oh yeah, breathe here. Just a nice big inhale. And then exhale, this left hand underneath you. Inhale, take the right hand to the sky to switch that out. And then neutral position. And then from here, I'm just going to switch so I keep facing, the right hand under the face. And then inhale, the left hand to the sky. Breathe deeply. Because it's an interesting concept of right and wrong, if you will. Big inhale. And then exhale, feeding left hand through on the inside, the right shoulder. Your hips left. And a nice big inhale, and then exhale that right hand back underneath you, and inhale, reach left hand to the sky. Yeah. And so hands off the mat to the right side, a big inhale, and then exhale, arcing into left side body, forehead to or towards the earth. Here, breathe very deeply. And then gently, float up to neutral. Switching, big inhale, exhale, arcing now right side body forward to or towards the earth. Oh, that's it. Really nice. And then gently inhale, float up to neutral position. I'm just going to spin around again. Extend the right leg out to the right, like so. The hips drift back till we find a little contact stretch here. This inner groin, big inhale. And exhale, just gently bow into it. Breathe very deeply. Yeah, because that concept of right and wrong, there's still divine power within everything, And so it would appear to me that the vibration of things that have a kind of a integrated or supple to them stabilizes our being, and that stabilizes our perception, and then that allows for a sense of the capability to become more conscious, more awake. Gently come up to neutral. Plant this left hand in. Take the right hand to the sky. So then that dharmic action has a virtuous quality vis-a-vis the intent of the human species to advance consciously, and then extend this right hand out far and then just sink into this cat. Again, breathe very deep. Yeah. And a nice big inhale, and exhale this right hand underneath through, and then float this right foot on the outside of that left knee in figure 4, kind of familiar sequencing for those of you kind of regular with this crew, and then releasing to forearms. Breathing. It's like we can have a world of ego or a world of consciousness or awakeness, if you will. Extend, we'll switch to that left leg. So it gets just a little tricky when we start kind of, if you will, judging right and wrong, what should be or what shouldn't be. And so that's where we pivot back to kind of the teachings of Dharma and kind of the intent of the human species even. Yeah. And come on up to neutral ground. This right hand in, I'll float the left. Reach, breathe. Here comes the rain again. Stay with the breath. Yeah, nice big inhale. And exhale this hand again as far front of you as you can, then just sink into the heart here. Stay with your breath. Yeah. And then gently to neutral, then float this left foot on the outside of that right knee. There's that figure 4 again. And then we'll pivot back here. But then we have to call upon the warrior in us to stay the course, to pursue right action, and hold the line, if you will, literally and figuratively hold the line. Yeah, and then back to tabletop here. We'll meet in down dog auto. Adho Mukha Svanasana, you're down facing dog. Just take a minute, wiggle into that. Oh, yeah. And it's all about conditioning, and I know you guys are on it. You're on the path, you're on the way of the Dharma. You're doing your yoga on Saturday morning. You're in it already. Yeah, and then lift the heels here, come up on the tippy toes, heart sinks, hips lift. Breathe deeply. Yeah. And then release the heels towards the earth. Feeling that. And then warrior 1, we're just going to step right into it. So right foot, right hand, left heel pivots down here. And then just come to standing. Quad active back leg, a little squeeze of the inner thighs. So kind of setting the foundation, right? The warrior, you have to be freaking planted. You have to be stable and grounded. And that's where the power comes from. And then last week we were practicing peace warrior. And so hands at prayer at the heart. Some of you may want to bring hands flat against the chest. It's a very specific location. The center of the hand is right in the middle of the very bottom part of the sternum, the breastplate. Either way. And so it's like you're pursuing your Dharma through the lens of heart power. Yeah. Oh, that's good. And then float the arms. And just reach real tall. Yeah. Stay with the breath. And then a nice big inhale. Then exhale. Float the hands now behind you. Lean forward. Give the shoulders a little roll. And just ground that back foot a whole bunch. You just lengthen through the crown of the head. Let the heart float forward. Yeah, feeling into that. And then inhale, float back up. Oh, yeah, that's great. And then exhale, float down again. And then inhale, float up. And then exhale, just gently release. We'll float all the way out of it. Hands plant. Step back into high plank, high push-up here. So the hips are lifting. So the transverse abdominis wraps around the core area. You can feel that. Oh, yeah. And then float the right leg hip height to really extend the leg back. A big inhale. Then exhale, knee to chest. Give her a little squeeze in. Then inhale, leg behind you. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, leg behind you. Exhale, release it down, and we'll switch. So float the left leg and really send that leg back. You can see the extension in the spine happen that way. Big inhale. Exhale, round squeeze. Inhale, leg back. Exhale, round squeeze. Inhale, leg back. And exhale, gently release it down. Inhale, breath. Then exhale to the knees. All the way to the belly here. Bhujangasana Cobra pose. Inhale, float the torso, shoulders pivot away from the ears, hands ground, isometrically track towards the waist. The chin tucks slightly. Oh, and there's a heart wisdom just allowing to flourish. Yeah, and then a nice big inhale. Exhale, float down. And then again, inhale, float on up. And then exhale down. And then again, one more time, inhale, float up. And exhale down. And then tuck the back toes under. Inhale through high plank, high push-up. Work that out. And then exhale, hips back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, down dog. Yeah, stay with it. Oh, yeah. And then gently, a little bend the knees. Left foot, warrior one, Virabhadrasana one, left hand. Right heel pivots down again, comes standing. I had to kind of shorten my kind of thing set up here today because of the rain. But so I'm not in the full frame. That's all right. So grounding, squaring, hugging. So inner thighs, and then a lot of downforce. Stable and strong. Dharmic virtue flowing. Peace in the mind. Peace warrior stance. Hands to the heart. And just breathe very deeply here. Keep this back leg engaged so there's just a firmness in the stance. Immovable rather. Yeah. Immovable warrior. Yeah, solid, secure, peaceful though. And then float, hands and arms, reach in. Yeah, breathe in. Then nice big inhale and exhale. Float forward here. And again, a little roll of the shoulders away from the ears. Reground that back foot, lengthen through the crown of the head. Feel that arrow, the arrow of light. Then exhale the breath completely, and then inhale, float on up. And then exhale, float forward. And again, inhale, float on up. And then an exhale, all the way down, release. Plant hands, step back, high plank. Inhale, breath. Exhale to the knees, all the way to the belly. Bhujangasana Cobra pose here. Inhale. And just take some breaths here. We're going to do a little kumbhak, little breath retention in Bhujangasana in Cobra pose. Now, same we do. So from here, take a nice big inhale. Exhale, float down. And then inhale, float on up. Hold the breath in. Oh yeah, exhale down. 2 more times. Inhale, float on up. Hold the breath. This is the needle taking the thorn out. Exhale, release. And then one more time, inhale, float on up. Hold the breath. Tuck the back toes under. Exhale, lift the hips. Oh yeah, down dog. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Ground hands, ground the roots of the fingers firm. Wrap the triceps towards the earth. Open up the upper back. Oh, and then from this position, follow me here. Bring both of the heels to the right. The hips follow. Oh, and then sink the heart. And then draw the hips up. The heels follow. Then the heels to the left. And the hips follow again. Oh. Breathe here, yeah. And then inhale, float on up to neutral. And then gently walk the feet to the hands of forward fold here. So standing forward fold. Yeah, just take a moment there. Grabbing opposite elbows. A little traction for the spine. Little yes and no with the head. Always feels good. Oh, yeah. That's it. And then inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Here, and then exhale, round hinge. And then again, inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Exhale, round. And then one more time, inhale, half. Exhale, fold. And then put a little bit of knees left. Leg goes back into a lunge. And then come on up. So we're here into crescent or Dvajasana. Big long stance here. And then reach the arms to the sky. Stay with the breath. Oh, yeah. And then a nice big inhale and exhale. The right hand to the right waist at biggie. Twist to reach this left hand forward. Re-engage the back leg. The back heel is lifting, you can see. And then left elbow on the outside of near thigh. Twisting to the right. And then right hand covers left. So paper covers rock. And then work this right shoulder. Oh, yeah. Away from the right ear. Re-engage the back leg quad. So feel into that. Open up, twisting. And then maybe deeper left hand earth, right hand stars. Yeah, and then maybe this right arm over the head and just really extend it. Stay with the breath. Oh, that's just wild. Yeah, and then nice big inhale. Exhale, hand down. And then step back into high plank. Ooh, yeah. And then nice big inhale. Exhale to the knees. All the way to the belly. And then this time, upward facing dog. So come on up and then straighten the arms without locking the elbows. And then watch this, just engage the quads. And then float the torso up. Kind of draw the upper palate back as you tuck the chin. So I'm not leading up, but I'm tucking the chin. And that's where the length of the spine comes from. Big inhale and exhale, tuck the back toes under, lift the hips. Oh, yeah. Down dog. Breathe here, y'all. A little bend the knees, and then the left foot steps to the left hand. Pause here. Float torso. Float arms. When you're ready, reach in. So back heels lift, quad active, back leg. Just creating a whole bunch of space here. Yep. And a nice big inhale. Then exhale, left hand, left waist, and inhale, reach this right hand as far forward as you can. You can see, recommit to the strength of this back leg fist with this right hand, and then twisting to the left, sinking armpit to knee. Going to squeeze your way into it. Left hand covers the right, open up the heart, and then maybe right hand earth, left hand stars, you choose. Stay with the breath. A big inhale, exhale, this left arm over the head possibly. Breathe deep. Yeah. And a nice big inhale, and exhale, the hand down, look down, plant, and then step the back foot to the top of the mat. So forward fold again here. Take a minute. Breathe deep. Give the head a little shake. A little shimmy. A little sip of chai for me. And then a little bend in the knees, and then inhale, float all the way to standing. Just reach all the way up. I know I'm out of the frame here. It's all right. Just put a little sway in the body. Yeah, a little movement in the arms. Yeah. And then big inhale, reach, real tall. Then exhale, swan dive, folding forward. Chin tucks, hands come down at the same time. And then inhale, half lift. Nice exhale, fold. And then now from here, send the right leg back into the lunge. Yeah, so we're just here. Just take a minute for this. Yeah, stay with the breath. Yeah, and then step this left foot over to the left, one little step, and then this right hand is on the inside of that left foot, like so you can see it. And then a big inhale, and then exhale, just bend the elbows and sink the heart. So we're sinking into this left hip, and then inhale, straighten the arms. And then exhale, sink. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, sink. And then you can stay here on the hands or maybe come on to the forearms. Feeling that. Some of you, if you want to take it deeper, one choice is to work this left hand on the inside and place the calf onto the shoulder. You can feel that. Stay with the breath. A little deeper in that hip. Oh, yeah. And then we'll do another twist. So taking this left hand to the left knee, open the heart to the left, and then, reach this left arm up, and then put a little bend in the elbow. Yeah, open up. That's great. And then, reach the stars. Exhale the hand down. Come back onto both of the hands here. So we're here. Step back. High plank, high push-up. 8 points bowing. Inhale the breath. Exhale, Ashtanga Prananasana. 8 points bowing. Inhale, pull forward. Cobra or up dog. So up dog. Quads engaged. Lean back. Chin tucks. It's so much easier on the neck. Then a big inhale and exhale with the hips back. Down to down, down, down dog. Oh, yeah. Breathe deep. A little bend in the knees. Right footsteps, right hand now. So we're here. Big long stance. Sink in this front leg. Back leg, quad firm. Just pause here for a moment, and then we'll step this right foot open. Right hand on the inside of right foot. Your inhale breath. And exhale, bend elbows, sink. Oh, yeah. And then inhale, straighten arms. Exhale, bend, sink. One more of these. Inhale, straighten. And then exhale, bend, sink. And then stay on the hands or maybe forearms. You choose. Feel that. And then again, maybe deeper still. Calf up onto the shoulder. Ah, yum. Breathe here. Feeling that. And then gently we'll twist. So you can stay on the forearm, right hand, right knee, open the heart, and then reach the arm up. And then once again, you can put a little bend in the elbow. Just open the heart space. Firm up the back leg. Yeah, inhale, reach. Hand to the sky, exhale, hand down. And then walk this right foot back. So ankle, knee, hip align. And then maybe a step or two, but we step this back foot to the top of the mat here. Ooh. Belly button to the spine, so just pull that in. Maybe bring the hands now to the backs of the legs. Light pressure, not a lot, just light pressure. Really, really good. And then walk the feet a little wide on the mat here. Then we'll come to Malasana. So heels turn in, toes turn out. Maybe a block under the hips. So squatting position. Like in yoga, it's really interesting. We're doing. It's like, we're doing the thing, we're doing the pose. And the ability is coming from the ego. And so then the ego is always in function in the creation. Will open up here, right hand earth, left hand stars. And then some of you may want to bind. But then, so in the process of doing, we pivot into first observation, so witness consciousness, as well as intoning kind of like a peaceful aura in our practice and in our breath. Oh yeah, gently release. And then so we're doing also binding through the lens of Shanti, through the lens of peace. So right, left hand earth, right hand star, switch in, flow. Oh. Yeah, and then maybe a little bind if you choose. Oh. And then gently release. Rain subsided, the birds are appearing. Oh, it's peaceful. And then gently release the hands, and then gently release the hips to the heels here. Just take a moment. That's, for me, that can be kind of a lot from the hips. And then loving, Janu, Shirsasana here. So extend the left leg, the right knee bends and inner thigh, that left leg. And you can see when I move into this, I'm moving forward and up. That's kind of my intention. And then I'll twist the torso over the extended leg. And then a little engagement of the thigh grounds this. That creates the stability. And I'll just lengthen up. And then one thing that we've been practicing is just grab the shins here with the hand. And then put a little isometric pull, of the leg into the hip. And you'll find that begins to tip the pelvis anteriorly in a forward fashion. In other words, there's still length here, and I'm not leading with my chin because that shortens my back. So if I tuck, you can see when I tuck my chin, the palate goes back. There's this head loop that's engaged, and you can feel that and see it energetically even. Then it's like, wow, that's, that feels dharmically, that feels like a integrity even. And then I'll just keep floating the heart forward. I'm not rounding forward, I'm still extending, but the body is participating, it's releasing. Breath is deep here. And then when it feels kind of fully extended here, maybe the hands reach a little further, and then a big inhale, and we'll just drape the body down. The head now can release. Let everything relax here. And then take some breaths into the belly. Oh, yeah, let the kidneys and back body open. And then tone the core, belly to the spine. Gently walk the hands up the leg to come out of it. Just take a minute, feel, and then we'll switch. So extend this other leg. Draw left knee in, ground here, like so. And then I'll twist and lengthen up. And we kind of draw this knee down by engaging the buttocks, the gluteus medius, actually, that pulls that leg down. Hands to the shins. We're lengthening up here. The breath is deep. Chin is tucking. And then you can feel like the strength in the pose. And it's peaceful orientation. And I really feel that vitality where there is true strength is oriented in peace, because it's so grounded in Dharma, it's so grounded in virtue, if you will. And that's the moment that we have to define, refine, and continue to express. And maybe for all of us, it's like a wave. It comes and goes. Big inhale, and exhale, just drape here. The key, though, is to have that thing that strength oriented in peace to be this perpetual quality of our mind, body, and spirit. Tummy to the spine, inhale, walk the hands back up the leg. Oh yeah, extend this leg. And then we'll just come to Dandasana, staff pose. So hands ground under the shoulders. You can see my shoulders are pulling away from the ears. The front body is lengthening. The quads are active. It's a forward fold, and it can be challenging even to hold the strength of the back. This helps to develop the back muscles for our meditation. Sometimes for my body, it gets a little crampy in the thighs. And then bring the hands to the shins now, or wherever. I have ridiculously long arms. But so then lengthen up, and then we're Paschimottanasana, west facing stretch. So maybe this big inhale and exhale. Now we'll just float forward. We can round here again. Let the head release. Breathe into the back body. Oh yeah, open up that area. Oh yeah. And belly button to the spine here. Come on up. Yep. Ooh, yay. And then put a little bend in the knees here. And then just gently roll down onto your backs. Just roll on down onto your backs. Just take a moment. Relax. Ooh. Oh, yeah. So now Viparita Mudra, reverse posture, seal, bend the knees, maybe grab a block or a blanket or pillow for underneath the sacrum. I'm just going to use my hands to support, my low back. And so however the technique is that you use to elevate the hips and let the shoulder blades kind of track underneath you, hands to the low back. The chin's going to lift a little bit, so the natural curve of the cervical spine is maintained. Again, the hips are on a block. That works. I didn't bring one out here this morning. Just breathe. Ooh. And then just put a little gentle bend in the knees here. We'll let the feet float to the earth. And lift the hips from the block and gently release the hips all the way down to the earth. Oh, just relax for a minute here. Then we'll do our breath holding. So exhale your breath completely here. And then take a big inhale and hold your breath in and just wait on it. So inhale, hold the breath. And then gently exhale your breathing. We'll do one more of those, but I'll cue you to pooch out your belly as you hold the breath in. So exhale your breathing. Take a nice big inhale. Hold the breath. Pooch out the belly. And then gently exhale your breathing. Ooh. Okay, friends, you can take this right into Shavasana, right into corpse pose, or make any adjustments for comfort, a blanket under the knees, across the body, anything that will be really supportive for you. Candle. Hi, Manji. Settle in. Just begin to move through your breathing. Let the body soften and relax with the exhalations. If you're just kind of melting into the earth. And from the Dharma, from the right action, with the fabric of peace holding the container. The yogan is in unification, is in the oneness. We invoke you with offerings, Lord of the universe. We invoke you with offerings, Lord of love. We invoke you with offerings, guardian of the treasure. Come sit within us. Revealing the realm of the great spirits within us. Yes, revealing the realm of the great spirits within us. Just invoke that which is the witness in you, just observing. Notice that you may have positioned the witnesser the witness is without location. It's everywhere and it's nowhere. And let the breath lengthen here, sustaining that quality of observation and peace, maybe the stillness even. Begin to move the body, the hands and feet and ankles, things. Stretch the arms and eventually hugging the knees. And we now come to the right side. We transitioned through a powerful cosmic event last night. Full moon, eclipse. Just conditioning our physical apparatus with the energies of the cosmos. And then gently come to a seated position. And just take a moment here. Settle in, get a comfortable seated position. We're going to dig into our pranayama practice here a little bit. I want to teach a set of practices that are called the 4 purifications. And there are some contraindications to a couple of the breaths, so I'll reflect those when we come to them. The 4 purifications are a set of practices that are designed to balance the 3 doshas, or the 3 bioenergies of the physical form according to Ayurveda, yoga and Ayurveda. And in doing, they also open up the shrotras, which are the physical body channels, and also purify the nadis of the subtle body channel. They have a really fantastic purpose in their combination beyond just what's happening, at a physical or even a superficial, subtle level. We have a very deep cosmic purpose. And I'll describe that as we go through them. The first one you may be familiar with, and it's called Nadi Shodhana. We know that as alternate nostril breathing. It doesn't mean that at all. Nadi Shodhana is nerve cleansing practice. It's done by bringing the right hand into what's called Vishnu Mudra. And so you just bend the index finger and the middle finger into the palm of the hand and extend the thumb and the ring finger, right? And so we bring the hand to the face, lift the elbows so there's space in the lungs here. There is a tendency sometimes to turn the head to the hand, and that closes off the nadi on the, on this right side. So we want to keep the chin aligned with the sternum and the pubic bones, so perfect alignment. Bring the hand to the face, exhale the breath, and then close the right nostril with the right thumb and inhale through the left nostril, the full yogic breath, belly, ribs, chest. Get to the top of the breath, lift the thumb, take the ring finger, and close the left nostril and exhale through the right. And then when you're ready, gently inhale through the right nostril, again, full yogic breath. to the top of that breath, lift the ring finger, take the thumb and exhale through the left nostril. This constitutes one round. And then just continue as time permits. So alternate nostril breathing, Nadi Shodan, nerve cleansing practice. Just continue the practice. I'm just going to talk for a moment. What's happening when we do this practice is that when we inhale through each of the nostrils, we're actually invoking a subtle body channel. There's 3 primary subtle body channels, according to yoga. The female channel, which is called Ida, exits out the left nostril and goes down the subtle body channel to the base of the spine. Ida Nadi, as with the right channel, Pingala Nadi, cycle through the third eye chakra. The right channel, as I mentioned, is Pingala. That's the male channel, the heating channel. Exits out the right nostril. When we do this practice, we're balancing Surya and Chandra energies in the spirit energetic complex, so the sun and the moon. It's understood that when the sun and the moon are in a refined state of balance, the central body channel, which is called Sushumna Nadi, that channel opens. Why that is relevant then is it allows for an upward flow of cosmic energy that's been really refined. It's continuing the practice. And then just listening carefully here. Exit the breath out the left nostril to complete the round that you're on. So cycle through wherever you are. There's no hurries here. Breath exits out the left nostril. And then just close the eyes if they're open. Close the eyes and just kind of feel the effects of the practice. Okay. So now we'll move on to what's called Kapalabhati. Kapalabhati, and that means skull shining practice. It may sound or feel a little similar to breath of fire, but it's completely different, just so you know. Kapalabhati, skull shining practice, is done by moving the breath with the diaphragm. And it's a chest breath, and it's a sharp exhalation, moving the breath into the brain. So, right, Kapalabhati, skull shining. And so while there's not a lot to demonstrate, I'll give you, a quick little demonstration. The concentration is on the exhale as the inhale comes in naturally, and you're moving the breath up into the brain. So it looks and sounds like this. And that's it. It's kind of like a tapping almost into the third eye chakra, if you will. So we'll give that a try. The belly is held, the diaphragm is moving the breath. It's a chest breath, sharp exhalations. Inhale comes in naturally, tapping on the third eye. That's the whole practice. If you have any stroke conditions, migraine kind of conditions, anything in the head region like that, that would be the contraindication. If that's the case, just do deep yogic breathing. We'll do 2 rounds of 50 repetitions each. Just begin when you're ready. $50. And then take a catch breath on your own. And then another inhale and begin another 50 repetitions. And then just relax here when you're done. Kapalabhati is considered kind of a drying practice. And so it balances kapha dosha in the body. Since it's a chest breath, which is one of the seats of kapha dosha, it helps clarify this area of the body as well. It's almost like hyperventilating. While it's not, it's very cleansing to the blood. And then gently open the eyes. So our next practice is called Agni Sardauti, the fire wash. This is done on an exhale retention. And so we'll take a full yogic breath inhale, exhale out all the breath, lean forward, hold the breath out. So there's no breathing. And then we oscillate the tummy in rapid succession towards the spine and release it. Rhythm is more important than pace. So you don't have to go fast, but for rhythmic pulse. And I'll demonstrate this in a minute. The contraindications for this are breath retention. So any heart conditions, lung conditions, any pressure with the eyes, glaucoma, detached retina, and also your cycle. So demonstration, inhale, exhale. And then relax the belly out as you go for an inhale. That's the practice. Agni Sardauti, the fire wash. It works in the seat of Pitta dosha, so it's clarifying and balancing to Pitta energy. Take a big inhale. Exhale the breath, lean forward. Hold the breath out, no cheating here. Oscillate the tummy. When you need to breathe, breathe. Oh, yeah. We'll do one more of those. So a big inhale. Exhale the breath, hold the breath out. Oscillate the tummy. Oh, yeah. So the last practice, the last pranayama, is called Ashvini Mudra, and it means the horse seal. This practice is done on an inhale retention. There's nothing to demonstrate here. What it is we're inhale the breath, and then we squeeze and release the anal sphincter muscle like that in rapid succession. Rhythm is more important than pace. Sometimes kind of lean back a little bit to find the architecture of that area of your body. What happens is the pelvic floor is being stretched when we're in a seated position, so it's hard to refine that isolation, if you will. And this works on the seat of Vata dosha, which is the colon. And so this energy is kind of producing a balancing or a cleansing effect inside of that. So we'll do 2 rounds of this again. Contraindications, all the same for breath retention, heart, lung conditions, pressure in the eyes, and then there's one more, and this is a little odd, but it's hemorrhoids, anything down there that could be irritated by this type of movement. So that's all. Exhale the breath. Inhale your breathing. Hold the breath and then just squeeze and release the anal sphincter muscle. Oh, yeah, and then gently, when you need to breathe, breathe. Just let that absorb. How these 4 practices work. We open Sushumna Nadi with Nadi Shodhana. We purify the third eye with Kapalbhati. We heat Kundalini and purify the dark area of the body with Agni Sardauti. And then we use Ashvini Mudra to move that pranic energy up inside Sushumna Nadi. We'll do 1 more round. So that's the cosmic reality of the 4 purifications. A big inhale. Hold the breath, squeeze and release. And then when you need to breathe, breathe. Just relax here. Grab my jacket. It's a little chilly. Settle in. Make any adjustments to your seated position for meditation. One is invited to ascend your inner awareness, the drishti, to the third eye here. Bring the breath there. as well. So the breath is, of course, subtle, refined here. One inner technique is to visualize the breath as a channel of pranic energy as you inhale. And then as you exhale, feel that pranic energy become wide and expand in the chakra of the third eye or the head region. There can be a tendency to breathe into the frontal lobe of the brain. We need actually, though, to breathe into the center of the brain. So it's behind the frontal lobe, and you just need to work with it a little bit. If it's a little vague, just imagine it. Oh. And then we can add so hum mantra. So as you inhale, hum as you exhale. The discovery here, though, is in the vibration that exists underneath the mantra, in the substratum, in the dharma. The technique is used to vibrate the third eye and creating an awareness and an opening. So hum. We invoke the cosmic being in you, the one whose capabilities is transcendent and illuminated. We create superhuman sensitivities here. And then we merge the higher mind with the heart. So gently let your awareness then flow to that area of the peace warrior. This place behind the bottom part of your sternum. Where transcendent vision can meet transcendent knowledge. The wisdom of the heart. The mantra here is Om as you inhale and Om as you exhale, allowing for peace to fill the body. Om Jaho Shantirantariksham Shantihi Prithvi Shantir Aho Shantir Oshataya Shantihi Vanaspataya Shantir Vishve Deva Shantir Brahma Shantihi Sarvam Shanti Shantireva Shantihi Sama Shantirehi Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Translation of the mantra is one of unification, one of a sense of wholeness. May there be peace in the heavens. May there be peace in the sky. May there be peace on earth. May there be peace in the water. May there be peace in the plants. May there be peace in the trees. May there be peace in the gods. May there be peace in the absolute God. May there be peace in nature. May that everlasting peace be ours. Just reflect back into your intention, your sankalpa. And it's just held in this field, this web, this membrane of presence and oneness and unification. Dharmic action, virtuous action, to peace, to unification. Let's send this out to all of our brothers and sisters. Hold that in your heart and hold that for others. Let their hearts become full and soft. And let's chant one final Om here together to complete our practice. So exhale the breath completely and take a big inhale. Om. Stands to prayer at the heart and just sharing my gratitude for what brings you to your practice and so essential in this just wild time that we're experiencing together, and just with all humility and so grateful and namaste. Ooh. So thank you, friends, so much, and just keep the faith, keep the hope, honor the cycles that you're all in, we're all in, and pivot back to the highest view of humanity. And I will be on June 20th, put on your calendar, solstice at Shivalaya, sadhana and seva, camping overnights and things. So maybe direct message me for more information if that's something that interests you. There will be some pricing involved. I'm going to keep it pretty low level, and so we'll be able to do this together outside in this beautiful environment and climate. I'm thinking along that, and send any feedback on your experience. I've run in a line for the internet, and hopefully that kind of resolves some of the stickiness from last week. And I had to sacrifice the mic this time, and so just trying to feel into that. So if for those of you who are communicating with me, maybe send a shout out that way. The Venmo thing, forget that if that's possible for you. Just much appreciation for that. Send some comments, and yeah, thank you so much. Namaste. Love, peace. Thank you, Shigeko. Thanks, friends. Yeah. Shivalaya sadhana. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om. Yeah, thanks for that. Great. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you, Trini, Jared. Satchitananda. Brianna, Lake Eleanor. Blessings. Love you.